Today, we're diving deep into Ānāpānasati, or what you might know as mindfulness of breathing. Now, this isn't just one meditation technique among many. Oh no, this is the very practice the Buddha himself praised and used as the foundation for his own enlightenment. It's a path that starts with something so simple, so ordinary, your breath, and leads to the most profound states of being you can imagine.
And just to set the stage, let's start with the Buddha's own words. He described this state of mindful breathing as a place of almost effortless peace, a place where the usual physical and mental strain just falls away, and the mind finally finds its freedom. So you see, this is about way more than just relaxation. It's about a deep, fundamental release.
For over 2,500 years, people have walked this path, and they've talked about these incredible benefits. But here's the thing. These aren't just ancient claims you have to take on faith. As we're about to see, this timeless wisdom is actually being lit up by the lens of modern science.
Okay, check this out. This slide is just fascinating. On the left, you've got the Buddha's descriptions from thousands of years ago. And on the right, you've got recent findings from Harvard researchers. So when the Buddha says the practice leads to peace and calm, modern science actually sees a reduction in the brain's stress center, the amygdala. When he talks about a path to liberation, scientists are seeing a measurable increase in parts of the brain tied to memory, learning, and self-awareness. It's an absolutely stunning convergence of ancient insight and modern neuroscience.
So, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with why this practice is so highly praised in the first place. Then we'll cover the first practical steps to get you started. From there, we'll explore the incredible 16-step map, see how that builds the 4 foundations of mindfulness, awakens the 7 factors of enlightenment, and ultimately leads to liberation.
Right. So why this practice? Out of all the techniques, why focus so intently on the simple act of breathing? Well, because according to the texts, this was the Buddha's home base. It was the foundational practice he came back to again and again, and it was the very one he was using on the night of his Great Awakening.
Let's just get crystal clear on what we're talking about. Ānāpānasati literally translates to mindfulness of breathing. And that's it. It's the simple but incredibly profound practice of just keeping your awareness on the natural flow of your breath, as it comes in and as it goes out. No changing it, no judging it, just being aware.
So how do we actually get started? You know, the instructions given in the old texts are refreshingly simple and practical. They're designed to create the perfect conditions for a calm, focused mind.
Here are the 3 basic steps. First, find a quiet place. The text suggests, the wilderness or an empty room, really just anywhere you won't be disturbed. Second, get your posture right. Sit comfortably, maybe cross-legged, and keep your back straight but not stiff. This posture really helps you stay alert. And third, the most important part, establish mindfulness right here, right now. Just bring your full attention to this very moment.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. Ānāpānasati isn't just about randomly watching your breath. It's actually a progressive, systematic training for your mind. It's laid out as a 16-step map to wisdom, which we're going to look at in 4 distinct stages.
So the whole journey kicks off with the body. These first 4 steps are all about grounding yourself in the physical reality of the breath. You just notice. Okay, is this a long breath or a short one? Then you start to feel the whole breath, from the very beginning to the very end. And eventually, you learn to let the breath and your whole body just become calm, all by itself.
As the body settles down, the focus naturally shifts to your feelings. In this second stage, you start to become aware of these really pleasant states like rapture and joy that just bubble up from the calm focus. Then you broaden your awareness to all feelings and perceptions, just watching them. And just like with the breath, you learn to let these mental ripples settle and become calm too.
Okay, in the third stage, the practice goes even deeper. Now you turn your attention to the mind itself. You start to just notice the state of your consciousness. Is it a bit scattered, a little dull? You learn how to gently brighten the mind, how to steady it in a really focused concentration, and then ultimately, how to release it from all its usual grasping.
And this final stage, this is where we get into some really deep insights. With a calm body, settled feelings, and a steady mind, you're finally ready to see the fundamental nature of reality. You start to contemplate the impermanence of everything, just watching things arise and pass away. This leads to a kind of letting go of clinging, and ultimately to the experience of cessation and total relinquishment.
What's so brilliant about this is that those 16 steps, they're not an arbitrary list, not at all. They are a systematic, step-by-step method for developing what the Buddha called the 4 foundations of mindfulness.
And this is a cornerstone of his entire teaching.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Stage 1, focusing on the breath, that develops mindfulness of the body. Stage 2, with the feelings, that develops mindfulness of feelings. Stage 3, with the mind, you guessed it, mindfulness of the mind. And Stage 4, with impermanence, that's mindfulness of mental objects. It's a complete, systematic training in all 4 foundations, all powered by the breath.
But the path keeps unfolding. According to the suttas, once you get these 4 foundations of mindfulness really established through the practice, they naturally cause another powerful set of mental qualities to arise and mature, the 7 factors of enlightenment.
Think of these 7 factors as the active ingredients of awakening. It all starts with mindfulness, which we've been working on all along. That leads to an investigation of reality, which is fueled by sustained energy. This, in turn, gives rise to rapture, which leads to deep tranquility, powerful concentration, and finally, this unshakable equanimity. See how they all build on each other?
And this brings us to the ultimate purpose of this whole journey. The cultivation of the 16 steps, which perfects the 4 foundations, which then awakens the 7 factors of enlightenment, it all leads to one final, completely transformative result.
Here it is, the whole path laid out, from start to finish. It begins with the simple breath. That dedicated practice fulfills the 4 foundations. That, in turn, develops the 7 factors of enlightenment. And the full maturation of those factors culminates in what the texts call vijja, or clear knowledge, and vimutti, total liberation.
So what is this liberation we're talking about? It's not some vague, abstract idea. It is the end of suffering. It is the complete uprooting of greed, hatred, and delusion from the mind. It is a state of profound peace, wisdom, and freedom that is stable and irreversible. It's the ultimate goal of the entire path.
You know what? Let's end with this powerful summary right from the texts, which just perfectly wraps up the entire journey we've mapped out. The practice of mindfulness of breathing isn't some small thing. It is a complete, powerful, and direct path that has everything you need for the highest attainment.
And maybe the most remarkable part of all of this is that this profound journey doesn't require anything exotic or special. The vehicle to freedom, the map to wisdom, it's the very breath that's with you in this exact moment. So the only question left is, are you ready to pay attention to it?